Hey guys, McReaps here and welcome back to the Game of Thrones. This is episode 1 of the Game of Thrones, newly released by Telltale Games. It's part 2 for me, and as I paused the episode last time to leave you guys and end the episode, I noticed there was a codex, so why not start this episode with a couple of codex entries. For those of you that aren't new to the channel, you know that I'll jump into the codex of every game. I love the backstory, I love seeing how companies build up the story and the environment within a game. So this is no different, we're going to do that. If you don't like this sort of thing, just skip forward a couple of minutes. I'll put an annotation on the screen or something to skip to the point where the game actually starts again. But you're all here because you love story-based games, I imagine, so why not just crack on with this. So Gregor Forrester, God rest his soul, he was a Lord of Ironrath. He's a lord of a strong northern house and a bannerman of House Stark. As a youth he famously arm-wrestled Galbert Glover for the privilege of becoming his squire. Glover later joked that he'd gladly lose the match all over again. Must have been a good squire. And that's probably why he confided in me at the start of the last episode. And he was wanting to push me up the ranks a little bit, because he started from a humble squire. Pretty interesting. Gregor married Alyssa Branfield, the daughter of southern Targaryen loyalists, before Robert Baratheon seized the Iron Throne. Gregor ascended to the lordship after his father died at the Trident, and he led House Forrester during the 16 years. So Lady Alyssa, I don't think we've actually met her yet, but obviously that's his wife. Alyssa Forrester was born to House Branfield, a minor southern house that was destroyed when Targaryen dynasty fell. She'd been married to Gregor for many years when Robert's rebellion signalled all her family's demise. Yet she's nonetheless felt conflicts between her father's loyalties and her husband's. In time, Alyssa came to feel that the Ironrath was her true home, and she embraced her role as the Forrester's matriarch. She has silently sworn that she'll never see her family destroyed again. Well, that didn't go well, did it? Because we got destroyed. Roderick, old horseboy, firstborn son of his daddy. Lord Forrester's eldest son, Roderick, was trained from an early age to shoulder the burdens of leadership. In all truth, he was built for the role, strong, charismatic, and formidable on the battlefield. When Robb Stark called his banners to war, Forrester asked Roderick to stay behind and protect Ironrath, but Roderick would have none of it. Instead, he rode off at his father's side and led the Forrester cavalry, with such valour that name came to be feared amongst the ranks of Lannister soldiers. I mean, he did fight pretty well, it was just a horse that killed him, which is kind of shitty. Asher Forrester, I don't think we've seen him, did we? Not yet. But he's an exiled second son, so we probably haven't. Asher had always been a rebellious youth, brawling in taverns, sleeping with whores, and finding ways to raise his father's ire. But his life took a dark turn when at age 17 he fell in love with Gwyn Whitehill, the eldest daughter of his father's bitter rival. Bloodshed ensued, and Lord Forrester faced a grim choice: go to war or exile Asher across the narrow sea. He chose the latter. Asher remains... Oh wait, do we know Asher? I'm trying to think about the TV series. He remains in Essos to this day, living as a sellsword, trying not to think about the life that he's left behind. Meera Forrester, the eldest daughter. Meera had always been fond of the Ironrath, but Lady Forrester, wanting her eldest daughter to learn the ways of Southron court, arranged for Meera to serve as a handmaiden to Marjorie Tyrell. Oh, Marjorie's in it? She's beautiful as well. To Meera's great surprise, she enjoyed attending Marjorie at Highgarden and followed her to King's Landing with enthusiasm. Life in the capital has not been easy for Meera, and her straightforward northern ways are often at odds with the subtleties of court life, but she also has more guile than she realises. Ethan Forrester, he's a third-born son. Whereas his elder brothers were natural warriors, Ethan always found himself drawn to pursuits of the mind, particularly music books. He always bore a great love for towering trees of Ironrath, a love that he still shares with his twin sister Talia. Ethan was just a boy when House Forrester joined the War of the Five Kings, but the war's end had been thrust into the role that he was unprepared for. On a cool autumn evening, Ethan can be still heard playing his lute in the Ironwood Grove. Bloody hell, this guy must not have had a TV. All the babies he's popped out. During her fourth pregnancy, Lady Forrester dreamed she would birth a daughter in a voice like summer rain. But as fate would have it, she gave birth to a boy. The infant, Ethan, wailed for hours until Lady Forrester entered a second labour, this time birthing a girl. She named the girl Talia, after her own mother, and from then on Ethan hardly ever cried. Her dream came true, for there was no sound at Ironrath more lovely than that of Talia's singing, and her brother plays the lute. Nice. Bloody hell. We need contraception. The last of the Forrester children, thank God. Ryan grew up idolising his elder siblings, spent many hours chasing Ethan and Talia through the grove. His youth has been pleasant and shielded from responsibility, but recently Roy's innocence had begun to fade. When the war began, Ryan was too young to understand why Roderick and his father were leaving home. But the grim realities of a house at war has never been impossible to avoid. My God, my reading skills are amazeballs. And Rayon now asks questions for which his siblings have no easy answers. There we are. The brave warrior, squire to Lord Forrester, squire no more. We are the sword bearer. Garrett was raised on stories of heroism about the likes of Arthur Dane and Simon Stareyes. Though the son of a pig farmer, he has always aspired to one day become a warrior. With the help of his uncle Duncan, who has risen from low-born origins to become Castian of Ironrath, Garrett found work in Lord Forrester's stables, rising through the ranks to eventually be named his squire. Garrett has served Lord Forrester throughout the long months in King Rob's army, and is ready to be a warrior in his own right. Duncan, I'm sorry buddy. I could have warned you, but I didn't think everybody else would die. Anyway, Duncan Tootle. A boy, Duncan showed such talent for managing his family's farms that everyone assumed that one day he'd take over, but Duncan was fated to run more than fields and a pig pen. In the time, he struck up an unlikely friendship with Gregor Forrester, the heir to House Forrester. The two grew close, and when Gregor became lord, he named Duncan his castellan. And many eyebrows were raised, but Duncan proved himself worthy, and has served the house well in long years since. Oh shit, was this the guy that... Royland Degar? Ironrath's master at arms. No, it's not the guy that fought us, is it? No, it can't be. Royland Degar joined Lord Forrester's army after his family was wiped out by Ironborn during the Balin Greyjoy's rebellion. Degar had a natural grasp of military tactics and strategy and came to play a crucial role in the siege of Pike that ended the war. In the months that follow, King Roberts awarded Royland a knighthood, and Lord Forrester asked him to serve the Ironrath's master at arms. Sir Royland still holds the position and is known for his military expertise as well as his legendary temper. This is the maester that made us hold open our wound and maggoted us up. Maester Ortigrin? Originating from a minor house in the Vale, Maester something studied the Citadel in hope of being assigned to the Eyrie. But by the time he'd earned enough links in his chain to graduate from Acolyte, John Arryn had been murdered and the south was in turmoil. The Citadel ultimately assigned Maester Ortigrin to Ironrath. Ortengrin, that'll do. Maester Ortengrin to Ironrath, where he soon came to respect the Forrester family's honour and integrity. He now serves the Forresters with pride and has become a trusted advisor to the Lord. Malcolm Branfield, Lady Forrester's brother. As a young man, Malcolm was the black sheep of the Branfield family. He liked to roam the countryside in the style of a hedge knight, refusing his father's offers of marriage and lands. Malcolm fought bravely along with his brothers when House Branfield fell. Yet he and his sister were the only two survivors. Malcolm now lives with Lady Elisa's new family at Ironrath, though he still needs to disappear for weeks at a stretch. Malcolm has fathered 2 children, thus he is the last of the Branfield line. Malcolm has fathered no children. Why did I say 2? Well, you better get your jog on, buddy. You need to start kicking them babies out. So Ironrath is an ancient seat of House Forrester. An imposing stronghold surrounded by towering ironwood trees, Ironrath makes its ancestral home to House Forrester. Built over 1500 years ago by Cedric Forrester and his triplet sons, Ironrath is a testament to the strength and endurance of the ironwood itself. More than one visitor has called Ironrath the most striking keep in the north. Even Ned Stark was said to be envious. Ironrath sits on the edge of the largest ironwood forest in Westeros, which has proven to be a strategic advantage for the house. That is so cool. Whoops. Didn't mean to hit the mic. So, codex out the way. Let the games begin. The large chair, should we look at it? It's got a little ironwood sigil on the top there. Really? You spent 15 minutes walking over to a chair and you don't say anything about it? Are we going to look out the window? Lovingly? Longingly?
The Ironwood Grove.
The Ironwood Grove. It's a very nice place, the Ironwood Grove. We should really go see Uncle. Tell him the message that Lord Forrester forgave his... Oh.
Lord Forrester. It was an honour to squire for him.
It's a good likeness for a painting. Gregor the Good is right. And even this Roderick was a good guy.
He was our best warrior by far. Ryan. Never easy being the 4th born son. Lady Forrester. She's always been kind to me. Treated me like I was a Forrester myself. Mira. Still in King's Landing, I suppose. Although, I wonder if they'll bring her home. Talia and Ethan. I suppose Lord Ethan now.
Yeah, he's the eldest, isn't he?
Asher.
And the outcast.
Exiled to Essos, unfortunately.
Learn more about them on the codex.
You seem to be favouring it. Always sad to see a warrior lose a leg.
I'm fine, Maestro Tengrin. Look, I'll show you.
I'm good. Don't you even think about chopping this off? This is a great leg. I am getting the blood pumping, just like you said. So, yeah, I discovered the codex before the game told me to discover the codex. That's how MLG I am. MLG I am. What you got? What you got cooking, Doc? We'll take your healing herbs.
This might help.
Maybe we should ask first. I mean, we're taking it. We're taking it, Doc. I hope you don't mind. That's different. I mean, normally you can't just... Like, you don't have the option to take it or leave it. What's in the bucket? Maggots. I think I'll let you keep your maggots, Doc. Let's back out of there. No, we're not going to fuck with the sword.
Did your
The
leg
sword
feel
is
weak?
for Uncle's eyes only.
No. I just wanted to ask you. Why do the Whitehills hate the Forresters?
I think it's safe to say the feeling is mutual. There's been enmity between the two houses for as long as anyone can remember. I don't doubt someone killed someone, which led to more killings of someones, and then, well, here we are.
The Whitehills want Forrester Ironwood.
Ah, they'd take it all if we'd let them, especially now with the Boltons in power, and proceed to clear-cut every last inch of it until there's nothing left, just as they've done before.
Who is the new Lord of House Forrester?
Why, Ethan, of course.
Yeah, we already said that. Uh-oh. Don't we
At the
like Ethan?
Citadel, I swore an oath to serve whichever noble house I was assigned. Advising the late Lord Forrester was an honor. Advising Ethan, his third-born son, is challenging. There's still so much he has to learn, yet the very fate and future of this house rests in his hands.
I'm sure you can do it, though.
Which is rather frightening
You're a good
when
man.
you think about it.
Oh, yeah, nobody knows that I wasn't to be a squire anymore.
What will happen to me now?
Excellent question. Under normal circumstances, you could join Sir Royland and his men. Although, given the circumstances of your circumstances, it becomes a bit tricky, doesn't it? I suppose it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
Lord Forrester promoted me. At the Twins, I'm no longer a squire, if that matters.
It might, I suppose. But I'll defer to Lord Ethan on this.
I want to speak to him.
Can I see Ethan? Is he here?
He is, but I'm afraid he's indisposed at the moment. He prefers not to be disturbed while practicing his lute.
Really? Really? The guy, his dad's just died, his family was slaughtered on the war. Well, at the camp, not even at the war. And he's out there playing his lute? Guy's got issues.
Can I go now?
I believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
Welcome home, Garrett. We're all relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what happened.
High five, Talia.
Is it true? Your
Yeah, I got
family...
Oh, right, yeah. My family, yeah. Thought he was asking about the promotion.
I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Off to bed now. Hurry on.
Well, that's going to happen.
Garrett was just telling
Me
me
and
how
wee Talia.
valiantly Lord Forrester fought to the end, even when all was lost. I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know. Whatever you can recall.
You saved my life, my lady.
Yet not Roderick's.
Oh dear.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion. But if you can remember anything, I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know.
I'm sorry, my lady. Nothing could be done to save him.
He was House Forrester's best.
This has been so incredibly difficult for us, especially the children. But I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed? If you can remember. It would mean so much to the family.
He said he loved you.
That's very kind of you to say. You have the Forrester sword.
Oh dear, she spotted the sword.
Ethan should have it, now that he is Lord.
Lord Forrester asked me to return it to the house. He said this is where it belongs. With his family.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response.
It's too dangerous, especially now.
Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Against aggression. Duncan, this was our land. They were our people. Your family.
I share your outrage, Sir Royland. I do. But now is not the time to provoke the Whitehills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution. This happened on Forrester land.
They attacked me!
And they'll say they were keeping the peace in the name of House Bolton. It's an argument you cannot win.
Come
We
on,
have to be
Duncan.
smart. Ramsay Snow will be here within the week.
And what would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard.
They do
It was
deserve
his
to
family
die.
they killed.
They deserve to die. All of them. I say we fight.
Ha! Listen to your nephew. He speaks sense.
With what army? Our best men were killed at the Twins, along with our lord.
Well,
Then what's to be done?
technically, all details.
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
He's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this. I'll accuse you of murder, and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
I'd have done the same, as any man would.
I've done nothing wrong.
Not in their eyes. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm afraid it's a risk we cannot take, which is why you cannot stay.
Oh my god, Uncle.
Cannot stay. Duncan, the boy has suffered enough.
But where would I go?
The one place beyond the reach of even House Bolton.
Are you going to send me to the wall?
You're sending him to the wall. The boy's done nothing wrong.
Not in the eyes of the Boltons.
Fuck the Boltons.
I'm afraid it's the only solution. Especially now, when the house is so vulnerable.
Uncle, my place is here. Who would defend the house? You said we need men who can fight.
There'd be nothing we could do to protect you. To stay would bring destruction upon us all. I know that's not what you want. I know it's difficult to understand. But you must think of the house.
I won't put others at risk. I'll go.
I know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best.
Well, I don't want to... Jesus. What a
That
moral
settles it.
dilemma. Don't you bend the knee to that fucking
You
arsehole.
can have my horse. And
Oh,
I'll
that's
see you
nice
have
of you.
plenty of food. But we haven't much time. The White Hills will come looking for you.
Hey, Uncle. Uncle, before you go, I got a really important message that I'm completely ignoring. When do we get to tell them?
Were it up to me, I'd gladly drive a sword through Lord Whitehill's heart if given a chance. I would. And God's willing, someday I will. But for now, I have House Forrester to consider first.
Yeah, he's using his
I
head.
know you want to stay.
I
But
was
Lord
using my heart.
Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own. Many of Lord Forrester's best men have volunteered for the war. His own great-uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch.
He promoted me. At the Twins. We were to ride in the van to Casterly Rock and I at Roderick's side, but
It was well-deserved, Garrett. You worked hard and served your lord with honor.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
Booyah, there we go.
What? What is it?
Lord Forrester asked me to give you a message. He said, the North Grove can never be lost.
Sorry. You caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed, if ever.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most
So what is it?
don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools, and it's better kept that way. I assume you kept your word.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't told anyone else, have you? This is important, Garrett. I need to know the truth.
This is the truth.
Of course not. I told no one.
I'm a man of honor.
Lord Forrester was right to put his trust in you. From this day forward, this will be our secret. But soon, I may need your help.
But
I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house. But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the Wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help.
Okay, me and Snow. Me and old John going to become buddies or what? Maybe.
Iron from ice.
Iron from ice.
Winter is coming.
Remember, you represent House Forrester.
I mean,
Your
iron for
actions at the
ice.
Wall will reflect the honor and dignity of the house.
I'll be strong.
I know you will.
Thanks, Uncle. Thanks for nothing. Give him a little nod.
Garrett, wait!
Can we not take it? Can we refuse it? I don't want to give you false hope, child.
Be safe.
She's got a soft spot for our Garrett.
Ethan?
He's right behind you.
Ethan!
Oh, never mind. Ethan Forrester, Lord of House Forrester. Been playing your harp
I
again?
couldn't find him. Could you?
He hides too well, and if he was smart, he would reveal himself.
Doesn't hide
don't
that
like
well,
this
she's
game
looking right
anymore.
at him.
Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
I win!
Wait, we're playing as
Congratulations,
Ethan now?
your
That is
lordship.
cool.
Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
He was
Okay.
worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
Let's not tell him about
I
Dad.
don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall.
Tengrin.
I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
I don't know what he did to get sent away like that.
He let me ride one of his pigs once. It was fun.
Garrett is strong. He can take care of himself.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
It's true.
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself. After all, you are the lord of the house now.
He doesn't know me, or what I'm capable of.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know. But I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
This is true. So I'm not sure how I'm going to play this now.
When we all used to play here, you, me,
Am I going to
Roderick,
role play
Asher.
and pretend I
We'll be
don't
out
know
here
the
for
decisions
hours.
that's gone on with
Where was I?
You weren't born
with Garrett?
yet.
We had so much fun.
I think I will.
Then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them. It's for you to decide for yourself.
I may have to change.
I'd rather have my brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
Yep, I'm going to play it.
But since
As
you're
if
the
I
new
don't know
lord,
the decisions
you
that's
can
gone
do
on with the other
anything
guy.
you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once. But Ethan will be a good lord. A proper lord.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You are the lord.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
Well, I'm a little lord. Oh, lordy.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the lord.
If I were lord, I would command Ethan to stay, with his family. Lord Whitehill is a mean old man anyways. Someone should tell him to leave us alone.
Fine. If that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
Well, I mean, lordship has been thrust upon Ethan. So, I guess he's just learning the ropes, and that's how we're going to play it. We're going to take advice from everyone that wishes to give it. We're not going to metagame.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
The business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
I can handle Lord Whitehill.
Well said, my lord.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
Cowards live, though. Oh, I don't like him anyway. Look at this smug arsehole. Nope.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother.
Thank you.
The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his family it's still a loss.
Shake his hand.
My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart
Oh!
myself.
Oh ho ho, this is it.
I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
I may be young, but I'm not so easily fooled. You're trying to rile me, but it won't work.
Young? You are that boy. Too young to know when you're in over your head. And no bread and salt!
He's a smart lad.
What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much. Bloody Forresters.
Calm yourself, old man.
You little fuck! That's how you talk to a lord? You Forresters have shit
I'm a
on
lord
us
as well.
for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have you back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
We all serve House Bolton now.
I'm not finished! Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to
Oh
harvest
shit,
what was
feels
left.
like it's gonna go
What
down.
is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire.
He was
We
like,
were
who the fuck
minding
is this
our own
guy?
business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason? You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men, and a pig farmer at that. How do you
Oh, pig
answer
farmer
for
can
your
kill me.
squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name, and you are the lord of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. The soldiers worth 100 of their type.
Well, how did
Where's the
one
fucking coward
pig
who
farmer
killed
take
my
out
men?
2 of your
I know he's
guys?
here. What have you done with him?
I took care of it. He received his punishment and it's done. He's gone.
What? Gone? That was my justice to deliver, boy, and you denied me of it. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all. But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
Thank you for coming, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad
Don't let it hit you on the
may be
way
lord
out.
of this house. But Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Do as you like, Lord Whitehill.
Oh, we didn't rise to the bait. Good lad. He's learning. You've got a shit haircut. By the way, you look like Siegfried from
I
The
was
Witcher.
wrong about your son, my lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee.
It's not going to happen.
Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once. Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Wait, do we play as Marjorie? Not Marjorie. Mira? This is so cool that we get to play all the family. Right. Join me next time when I don a dress, put on a corset, and get to handmaiden in. That was really good. I enjoyed that episode. If you did too, guys, hit that like button. If I get 4 likes, just 4 likes, I will upload the next episode immediately. Failing that, it'll be in a couple of days' time. Thank you for watching, and I bid thee farewell.